This is Dwight. Yesterday, he told us which of these three women he picked as his date. Today, we'll meet her and find out what happened on their date. And this is Judy. She says when it comes to men, she'd much rather make the first move. Which of these men did she choose? Which will our audience choose? Today on Love Connection, you'll find out who they picked, who the audience picks, and everything that happened on their dates. Now here to tell us more about Love Connection is our host, Chuck Woolery.
And welcome to Love Connection, where we've got a new way for singles to meet, and here's how it works. Now, we've compiled a videotape library of more than 1,000 attractive and available single people. We select some of those singles, show them 3 videotapes. They choose the one that they're most attracted to and go out on a date. Then they come here and tell us what happened on their date. That's when all the fun begins. Now, to begin with, we're going to meet a man who selected a date from our video library. He was raised in Wyoming. He says he'd get married and raise a family, but something always happens. Please welcome Dwight Podgorski. Something always goes wrong. Well, Dwight, yesterday you told us that you really like to get married and raise a family. How come you're still single?
Well, there are a lot of things that go on. I'm tremendously busy at work. I don't get much of a chance to get out into the single scene, and something about the people that I meet just doesn't seem to, the chemistry isn't there for that solid kind of a relationship.
Why don't we bring everybody up to date on what happened yesterday? Now, we showed the audience your 3 choices, and they voted on which one they thought would be best for you. And let's take a look at them again, okay? First, there was Meg. Now, she's a 23-year-old nurse. Then Jackie, a salesperson. She's 28. Finally, there was Joan. She's 27, and she's an administrative assistant. Okay? Now, the audience voted yesterday, and it was recorded, and we'll get to that later. But right now, Dwight, remind us who you chose. Okay?
I chose Joan.
Yeah, and you were just in the middle of telling me why when we had to leave.
Well, there are all kinds of reasons. The sorts of attitudes she has. I mean, she likes to do fun sorts of things. She one time used to be a character in a major amusement park. You know, one of the dwarfs.
All those things appeal to you?
Sure.
That was it.
I'll date a dwarf, sure.
On Love Connection, we get both sides of the story. Thank goodness. We ask our couples not to speak to each other after the date. Joan's backstage. Let's say hello to Joan Powers. Joan? Joan, what did you think of Dwight at first?
Well, when he called me, the first thing he said was, "Do you want to get married?" That was my first thought. I thought that was kind of nice. But it was kind of strange. I didn't even know him. He knew all this stuff about me, and I knew nothing about him.
Somewhere between nice and strange. Well, it sounds promising. What happened on your date?
Well, I went over there, and
First of all, he showed up an hour early. I was not prepared for that.
A little anxious, huh?
Well, I wanted to make sure I would find my way there in time, and everything went right. I didn't run into any traffic jams.
Was she ready?
Well, as ready as...
No, that's not ready.
Yeah, yes.
No, I sent him to the store.
You what?
I sent him to the store. He said, "Well, what should I do?" I said, "Go to the store," and he went and picked up a few things for me while I did the jump in the shower and try and, get myself together.
Your hair number, yeah. So you're off to the store getting... What are you getting groceries, by the way, other than just to fill some time?
Well, that was the big reason.
Oh, I see.
But, no, she was making dinner for me, so I thought it was the least thing I could do after being so rude and showing up an hour early. We went to a major theater production, and we...
Wait, you skipped a little here. We went to your house because you were not dressed appropriately for the theater. You had on a Fiji shirt and shorts. So we went through a fashion show. He tried on several things. I told him the Angel Flight pants were out.
So you got him dressed, and you're off to the theater.
Right.
And you go to what happened then, Joe?
He said he lived real close to the beach, but after it took us about half an hour to finally walk there, and I was so tired, and then we came back.
How did it end?
Well, the sun came up. We saw the sunrise.
Did you see the sunrise?
Yeah.
That late, huh?
We did.
Joan? On the beach, did you see the sunrise?
No, we didn't. No.
But let's take a look and see who the audience picked for you.
Oh,
They picked Meg at 60%.
Oh.
Joan sounds crushed, I can tell. Well, that's who they picked now. We'll send you out on a date with Meg if you'd like. We'll pick up the tab. What do you want to do?
What do you think?
Sure, I'm spontaneous. I'll go out with Meg.
Joan, you got the last word, hon.
It's his choice. That's no hard feelings.
Okay, sweetie.
Okay.
Thanks. We're sorry it didn't work out. Thanks for being on the show. We have a nice gift for you.
Okay, thank you.
Hope to see you again soon.
Okay.
Well, listen, you're going to go out with Meg now. We're going to pay for that. Keep in touch with us and let us know how that goes. Okay, we have a nice gift for you. Thanks for being on the show. We're going to come right back with another couple in just a minute. Stay with us. This time, let's meet a woman who chose a date from our video library. Now, she's a single parent who likes camping and football. Please welcome Judy Surface. Hi, Judy. How are you? Good. Sit down.
Okay.
Yeah, football, huh?
Want to move the pillow?
Sure, move it over there and make yourself comfortable. Yeah. Did your ex-husband teach you all about football?
No, actually, he hated football. I had to fight to watch football on Sundays. I took him to his first game.
Well, you'd be most men's dream, because most men like football.
Yeah, well,
Football.
Maybe that's why I'm an ex-wife.
Does having a two-year-old son kind of interfere with your dating process at all?
No, actually, sometimes it's quite helpful in getting rid of some nerds, so to speak. I went out with a guy for the second time just because he wouldn't leave me alone, so I thought, all right, I'll get him. And I didn't try to find a babysitter at all. It was a Saturday night, and he came to pick me up, and here's little David ready to go. Of course, it's 8:30, way past his bedtime. We go to a Japanese restaurant, and after trying to drink out of the chopsticks, thinking it was a straw, and tasting the hot mustard on my sushi and barfing on the table, we left. We left, and I never saw him again.
Never saw this guy again. I can believe it.
Well, I got rid of him.
Now that we know a little about you, we're going to have our audience watch very closely now because we're going to ask you to pick the man that you think's best for her, all right? First, there was Charles. Now, Charles says he's career-oriented. He enjoys snow skiing and water skiing, and here's the type of woman he prefers.
I think since I've been working with aggressive women, so, for about 7 or 8 years now, that I really like the more aggressive ones and the more outgoing ones and the ones that, sometimes call you and tell you that this is what they want to do or this is where they want to go or they've got their own ideas instead of where you're always having to prod and get, information from them.
And next, there was Harvey. Now, he's from Chicago. He likes to throw parties and says he's crazy about kids.
I'd like to have children, and I'd certainly like to share that with a woman. I think there's a lot to be said for, well, actually, I've really, every occasion thought about trying to find a woman to have a baby for me. Obviously, women can do it anytime they want. Nice breeding stock, I like that, okay?
Oh, gee.
Make what they want, but it's not so easy for guys.
Finally, you watch Peter. Peter's from Connecticut. He's lived in Europe, and he says a lot of men just don't know how to treat a woman.
They want a relationship with a woman, but they really don't want to share what I think are half the responsibilities of a relationship, like cooking and cleaning and doing the laundry. But they like to go out and they like the company of a woman, but they also want her to basically take care of them.
Now, Judy selected one of those men as her date, and we're going to show you all three men again before you vote. Now, here they come. First, there was Charles. He's a 31-year-old clothing buyer. Then Harvey. He's an attorney, and he's 34. Finally, Peter. He's 29, and he works in films. Okay, audience, it's time for your voting machines. Now, you've met Judy. You've seen her choices. Who do you think's the best man for Judy here in the studio and at home, too? Please make your choice right now. Okay, now we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to meet the man that Judy selected. We're going to hear everything that happened on their date, and we'll be back to do that in just a minute.
At Soul Man's, barbecue is our passion. We serve fresh sides made every morning, like our spicy potatoes, savory fried okra, and fried cabbage. Then we slow cook our mouth-watering brisket over hickory wood using a time-honored family recipe. And we're never stingy with our meat. Dine in or let us cater your next event. We'll satisfy your appetite. Soul Man's Barbecue, raising the bar since 1974.
We're all busy. Busy taking notes and busy making notes and busy turning long-winded summaries into something a little more digestible, please. Busy closing loops, busy writing back, busy crafting the perfect response, busy replying, oh. Busy optimizing, synthesizing, onboarding, offloading. We're all just so busy.
Hey, you remember the first time we visited Ark Encounter?
Yeah, you fainted.
twice.
Hey, now, let's just say it's a little bigger than imagination, okay? And the exhibits, they're so lifelike. There's just so much for the kids to do here. Virtual reality, a zoo, I mean, they even have zip lines. I guess I just never thought a place like this could be real.
So, Junior was right.
I guess so. Ark Encounter, you just gotta see it to believe it.
For all the ways you watch, we're with you.
Did you see the new episode today? You look just like her.
I know. From our first date.
Find us in the App Store. Find your next favorite.
In a little while, we're going to find out who the audience picked, but right now, let's find out who Judy selected, okay? Judy, who'd you choose?
Peter.
Peter. Yeah. On Love Connections, we get both sides of the story. We ask our couples not to speak to each other after their date. Peter's backstage, so let's say hello to Peter Yakavone. Hi, Peter. Well, Peter, this was a blind date for you. What was your first impression of Judy when you saw her?
Short.
You thought she was short?
Well, the only thing I said in my form was that I didn't want to go out with a short woman, and unfortunately, that's what I got.
Tell us what happened on your date.
Well, I originally had planned something for a whole day, but then I got to thinking, God, what if we hated each other? We'd be stuck with each other all day.
That's right.
So I got tickets for us to go to see Donna Summers.
Oh,
I
great.
thought, you know, we wouldn't have to talk to each other during the concert if we didn't like each other. We could just
enjoy the music.
Right. So we were early for the concert, so we went to a restaurant next door, and they were having their 2-for-1, so we proceeded to enjoy our drinking, so to speak. And while we were, you know, getting relaxed and stuff. The only one thing that really kind of knocked me off was his boots reminded me so much of my ex-husband. Every time I looked at him.
Peter?
Yes?
Did you want to change your boots after she said that?
Well, she didn't tell me, actually. This is the first time I've heard about this.
Okay.
When I went in to get the second round of double drinks, the bartender said to me, would you like one tall glass? And I only ordered a scotch on the rocks, and I couldn't understand that. Then he gave me 2 glasses of scotch, and I realized we were getting a 2-for-1. So when I went back for the second round, we did have a few drinks. I came back, and she was talking with a fellow from Beaverton, she lived in Beaverton, and they knew a lot of places that they'd both been. And she felt a little embarrassed, and he says, look, I'm really sorry, I don't mean to pick up your girlfriend or anything. I said, no, we're on this date, and we explained the situation. And then he asked for her number.
And his girlfriend came back to the table.
So you leave the place and go to the concert, yes? Mm-hmm. Okay, now you've given your number out already. Once. Somebody's already got your number, so to speak.
Yeah.
And you go to the concert.
I leave a trail of them behind.
And you go to the concert, and what happens next?
We went to one of the more popular in spots for chili dogs.
Oh, great. How did this end?
Well...
Excuse me.
Go ahead. I'll get the last word on this anyway, so...
How did this end, Judy?
Well, when we got to my house, I noticed a very familiar car parked out in front.
What about the light that was on in the living room?
Yeah.
A light on in the living room and a car out in front.
And the heads on the couch peering out the window.
Who was this in your living room?
In the living room were my 2 roommates. That was okay, but it was the car out in front that I was concerned about. I said my goodbyes out on the front lawn with the dog scratching up the front window.
Okay, let's take a look and see who the audience picked, okay? I got a feeling about this one. And I was absolutely wrong. I'll admit it. No, yeah, 42% for Charles. Now, we'll pick up the tab for this date with Charles if you'd like to go out with him.
Well, I know Peter won't be offended if I say that I'd go out with this other gentleman, only because it'd be, interesting.
Would you like to do that?
Okay.
All right, good. Well, Peter, sorry things didn't work out on this date for you, but maybe another one.
Well, what can you do?
Yeah, we have a nice gift for you. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you.
All right.
I've chosen the attorney.
You wish they'd chosen the attorney, okay. You may get another shot at it if things don't go well. We're going to come right back with another couple. Stay with us. This time, let's meet another man who chose a date from our video library. Now, he likes to read, play guitar, and lift weights. And he has some definite opinions about women's rights. Please welcome Michael Ellington. Hi, Michael. How you doing? Fine. Sit down. Well, opinions on... Everybody's got opinions on women's rights, but what are yours?
My opinions on women's rights are, I think, women ought to take responsibility for who they are and not play so many roles that maybe they've been taught. The thing about being seen and not heard, or that whole thing. Just take responsibility for themselves and be people and not roles.
Do you think some men have this problem as well?
Yeah, I'm sure we do.
You play the guitar. Do you ever serenade your dates?
I've done that on occasion.
Kind of lull them into an unsuspecting...
No, I don't come on like Jaws or Barracuda with a guitar.
I guess that's best.
Yeah.
We're going to show you a portion of the tapes that Michael saw. Now, remember, you're going to vote again, okay? Here they all come now. First, there was Avis. Now, she's from Milwaukee. She doesn't like flashy dresses, and she's just getting back into the dating scene.
Well, I have always been single, but I was dating a guy for a period of time, and he just recently left the country. And so now I am free and available and eligible again, unless I decide to go to Copenhagen, where he is.
Next, there was Michelle. Now, Michelle was born in Haiti, and she liked to be a country and western singer. Here's something else she's interested in.
I like competing in beauty pageants as a hobby. I feel every lady should compete in a pageant just to be more aware and more sure of themselves.
And finally, you watched Mona. Now, she's from Detroit. She likes to cook and sew, and wait till you hear what else she likes.
And believe it or not, I like to do housework. So crazy. I like to do housework. I like cleaning up and making a room that looks bad look good. You know, I'll tell you, I don't have a mop in my home. I scrub my floors with my hands and knees. It's just the way
I like it. Now, before we find out who Michael chose as his date, let's see all three of these ladies once again. First, there was Avis. Now, she's 28. She's in hospital administration. Then Michelle. She's a violinist. She's 23. Finally, Mona. She's 25, and she's a legal secretary. Okay, audience, time to vote again. Who do you think's the best lady for Michael? Here in the studio and at home, too. Make your choice right now, okay? In a little while, we're going to find out who the audience picked. But right now, let's find out who Michael selected. Michael, who'd you choose?
Michelle.
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 Oh. The audience gave vote for her. Now, aside from her looks, why did you pick Michelle?
Her accent got my attention right away. And when she had the nerve on her videotape to sing...
She sang on her videotape?
She sang on her videotape.
Ah.
And that just kind of captured me right off. I mean,
You identified
that sold
with
it
that.
for me. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we always hear both sides of the story on Love Connection. Michelle's backstage, so let's say hello to Michelle Unglad. Hi, Michelle. Well, Michelle, since this was kind of the real blind date for you, what did you think of Michael's looks?
I had a dream that he was very tall and he had a huge stomach. But when he came at my house to pick me up, I was really shocked and real surprised and impressed at his look and his height also.
And no stomach. Yeah.
And no stomach.
She sounds real sweet. Tell us about your date.
It was interesting. I met her mother first. I picked her up. And her mother kind of looked me over. I had the feeling I was being assessed. And Miles was very affable and, you know, very quiet. She was very, you know, scrutinous. She was looking very carefully. And we had a little chat before Michelle came down.
Let's find out something. Michelle?
Yes.
Now tell the truth, okay?
Okay.
Was your mom really kind of sizing him up?
I don't really know. I don't think so, no. But we didn't stay in the living room for very long because for some reason I just didn't want to stay home. I wanted to go on and find out more about this person, especially it was a contrast from what my dream was to what was there, you know, in my living room.
She wanted to get a hold of this hunk and run. That's what you mean. What happened next, Michael?
We drove to the restaurant, and it was up in the hills near Lancashire. It was sunset. There was no one else in the restaurant, so the entire staff, it was the trip. The entire staff just catered to us. It was this, we could have rented the place. And
sounds great. Boy, things moving right along.
Oh, yeah.
Now, what happened after dinner?
We took the tram up to the amphitheater, and amid the hustle and bustle and crowd, saw this Richard Pryor concert that we heard was the last time he's going to be doing anything on stage. So we felt kind of special to be here at this last, live
Yeah.
concert. While the concert was going on, though, you know Richard Pryor.
Yeah.
I was watching Michelle to see if she was being shocked or embarrassed by anything he was saying, and feeling somewhat responsible, bringing her to this concert.
At first, I was very uncomfortable around you, and especially when Richard Pryor was saying those dirty sexual jokes.
How did you feel?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Embarrassed.
Oh.
I mean, I was really, but at the same time, I was embarrassed. I was laughing so much because I was...
How did this date end?
We after we left the concert, we went to a club and had a couple of drinks there.
Throughout the evening, while we were at the club, Michael brought me a rose, and I felt that really set the whole evening for the date. So, and I had on a red and white suit, and the rose was a red rose with a white
Yeah, a little
tie,
white trim to it,
so
sure.
that
Nice.
was really nice.
Okay, you all matched and everything else. Let's take a look and see who the audience picked. See if... Oh, my goodness, Mona, 53 for Mona. Interesting. I don't think there's any way. There's no way you're going to go out with Mona, is there?
No, I don't think so.
I don't mean to be precipitate, but I could tell there is no way on earth you'd go out with Mona.
There's anything wrong with Mona, but...
No, I understand that, but it's Michelle, right?
Oh, yeah, it's Michelle.
Yeah. Michelle, would you like to go out again?
Sure.
It's okay with her. Come on out and join us. Then.
Okay.
Come on over and sit down here for a second. Well, it sounds like Michael was a true gentleman.
Yes, it was. A real gentleman.
You guys had a great time, huh? Good. You gonna sing some together and that kind of thing?
Probably.
I would hope so, yeah.
Oh, good.
Definitely. Have him play the guitar, and then I'll sing.
Then you can sing.
And then we can do both.
We have a nice gift for both of you. I want to thank you very much for being on the show. Enjoyed talking to you. Thanks for sharing your date with us.
Thank you.
That's our show for today. We're going to come back tomorrow with more singles, and we're going to be trying to make another love connection right here. I'm Chuck Woolery. Bye-bye.
Some guest on Love Connection will receive one of the following. Hooray for Raisinets! Now you can enjoy the all-time favorite movie candies at home. Goobers and Snowcaps, too. Hooray for Raisinets! Or Clean and Clear. Leaves no dulling residue. It's the no-rinse cleaner for a clearly beautiful floor. Or Hamilton Beach's Deluxe Great Master Milkshake Machine with 2 mixing speeds. Ideal for making perfect milkshakes, diet drinks, omelets, and more. From Hamilton Beach, Scoville. Or the new light lingering spray perfume and spray cologne from Yardley of London. Nothing works better than a smile and a little laughter. This is Rod Roddy speaking for Love Connection.